stampers and crafters. I'm Tami from stampwithtami.com, and today is a really exciting day. It is my Stampin Up Demonstrator group's blog hop, and we are focusing on the upcoming occasions catalog. So these are all going to be sneak peek projects from this catalog. And I also have a new giveaway to share with you. I'm so excited about it. So in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to make my blog hop project for today. And it's Herbie the Love Bug. How stinking cute is this? I knew as soon as I saw the stamp set with the Volkswagen beetle in it, that was going to be Herbie. I love Herbie the Love Bug. He was a Disney classic 1963 Volkswagen beetle just like this one. But first, I want to share this awesome giveaway. As part of my Stampin' Up Demonstrator group's blog hop, we are giving away a sneak peek stamp set and paper stack bundle. It's the Going Global stamp set and Going Places paper stack. You can't get it yet unless you're a demonstrator or unless you win this drawing. It's going to be on January 4th. January 5th, the catalog's going to go live, so you can purchase all of the products that we're using today and the Going Global stamp set if you don't win. Fingers crossed for you. On January 5th. So all you need to do to enter this giveaway is pop on over to my blog hop post at this URL or click in the link in the description below, or if you're on YouTube, just click right on this video and leave a comment on that post. Make sure you include the hashtag #StampItContest. And you can enter on every blog in the hop. So go ahead and take the tour, see all of the awesome projects my demonstrator group has made to share with you guys, and you can enter this giveaway once on every blog in the hop. And if you are watching this after the deadline, just simply pop on over to my specials page on the stampwithtami.com blog and you can see my current giveaways. All right, are you dying to see how to make Herbie the Love Bug? Let's get started. I just love this card. I just want to sing. I'm just a love machine. So Herbie comes from the Beautiful Ride stamp set, and also the words Love Bug do too. And the Timeless Textures, we'll be using them as well. These are both sneak peeks from the Occasions catalog. I'll also be using numbers from the Project Life Day-to-Day set. So starting with our background, we're going to stamp Herbie. I'm just stamping him in Sahara Sand. And I'm really just doing this as a guide for the background so that we can do the shadowing. Okay, here's the 4 colors we're going to be using on the background. And I cut my Stampin' Sponge up into wedges, and that's what I'm going to be using for sponging. Now for the chocolate chip, I am just pinching this up really, really small. We're going to dip it in the ink. This is going to be a shadow underneath the bug, but a very, very light one. So you see I'm actually getting some of the ink off on the car. I'm going in a circular motion, but I'm really just going just underneath the wheels and the car here, so it gives us a little bit of a shadow. We're going to cover this portion of the card, so it's not actually going to look like that when we're done. Next we'll move into the grass, and I'm just going to rub the old olive down in a circular motion. And then our Pacific Point is really just a line, but it's really just a line. It's kind of a darker color for the sky, and that it blends in between the old olive and the soft sky that we're using for the upper portion of the background. And then lastly, we'll do the soft sky upper portion. I did take a little bit of the Pacific Point and sponge the edge around the top, just for a little added dimension. The Timeless Texture is really just such a great texture background. I'm taking it's kind of like a dotted background here. I'm stamping it in the old olive, but stamping it off on scrap paper before stamping it. I'm going to go along the bottom edge. I want it to be fairly light, just enough to give the grass a little tiny bit of texture. Herbie looks a little sick right now, but aside from that, you can see how cool the background is starting to look. So using some black, I'm going to stamp the words Love Bug in the lower right. This could be an alternate Valentine's Day card for your little Herbie lover out there. I'm just using snail adhesive, which is a double-sided tape to attach the panels together to the card base. You can ink up the bug with some black ink, and it's going to get stamped on some scrap paper. I've got Sahara Sand and basic black markers. These are from Stampin' Up's Neutral collection. Color the tires in basic black. It doesn't matter if you go outside the lines off the edge here, because we're going to cut it out, and we're also going to cover up this wheel portion, so that's not as important. Now with Sahara Sand, we're going to do the mirror, the door handle, this little step, And then I'm gonna sponge a little of the soft sky in the windows. And I found the best way to keep that from getting on the car was to mask the top and bottom just a little bit. Got our soft sky, and a sponge dauber was the easiest way to do that. So a little sponge dauber, and then kind of just the edge of it. Just got a little bit in the windows there so it blends when we put them on the card. I used Post-it notes to mask it off and then just peel those off after. And also on the scrap paper, I'm going to do his little 53 circle that goes on his side. Using the calendar stamp, it's a whole bunch of numbers from the project Life Day to Day. I'm going to start with the 5, and I'm just going to color the 5 in with the Stampin' Right marker. And we'll just stamp it up here on the top. So there's the 5, and then you just want to make sure you clean that off before you do the 3. And since I don't have my cleaner handy, I'm just going to tap off and then color the 3 in and line it up and stamp it right next to the 5. The 1/2 inch punch to punch out the number 53. Put that right in the center. Using the Stampin' Right marker on the stamp is just such a cool little trick. And we're going to use the paper snips to cut Herbie out of the scrap paper. I've got the Sahara Sand ink pad here because I noticed that Herbie was a little off-white. He wasn't quite vanilla or Sahara Sand, but he was off-white and he was often dirty. So I'm taking the sponge and the Sahara Sand and just kind of sponging around his edges just to make him a little more Herbie. And this part is optional too, but I took the Stampin' Right marker because his number 53 had a little black ring around it. I just edged around the edge of this circle. I actually found it best to cut out one of these little dimensional edges for the back of his number, and that pops it up so it stands out. And then some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of Herbie. Puts him over our background. Awesome, right? Isn't that super cool? And this is the chevron punch, and I punched out 4 chevrons. I actually punched out 6, but you only need 4. Those can attach with some mini glue dots or snail, whatever your favorite adhesive is. His wheels actually come from the owl punch. It's the large eyes and some silver foil. Just stick a scrap right in there so you get 2 of those large eyes. And either the edging of the dimensionals or cut one in half just so they fit underneath those silver rims. And those go right on the top because that's what 1963 VW Bugs had back then. So flippin' adorbs, right? Don't you just love him? I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make Herbie the Love Bug as much as I enjoyed showing you. Don't forget to hop on over to my blog and see all of the awesome projects my demonstrators have created from the upcoming Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog products. And be sure to leave a comment with the hashtag StampItContest so you can be entered to win this free bundle. Thanks for joining me today.